afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this video. We are back here at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Now, the reason I said Wildwater Kingdom is because today will be the official Wildwater Kingdom video. That's right, we are finally going to be able to get onto the new for 2025 Lightning Falls and Cascade that we have been following all off-season. Should be exciting to see how it is. Of course, haven't done the original Lightning Falls in like forever, so it'll be neat to see how different it may be, depending on if I remember it or not. So it is about 20 minutes from opening about now, so let's hopefully get right into the park. And we have finally made it our way into the park, but this time we are finally going right for our first time in Wildwater Kingdom for the season. And here's the first major changes right at the entrance. We got 21 and colder here and trade winds. These basically swapped places, although 21 and colder is one of the newer restaurants. Trade winds was originally over here. It just got moved to over here. First, we're gonna prioritize getting on slides first, because obviously it's a water park. Prioritize the water slides, but after we're done that, we'll explore some of these shops areas, get a better view of how they renovated over the off season. And here it is, Lightning Falls for the first time. Of course, with this being a water park, have to put our phone away. I'm gonna get some shots here and there throughout the day, but obviously can't really get much with phone in the water. So I'll see you back when we finish our cycles. Alright, that was Lightning Falls pretty much. I'm really liking the sun effects on B-side. The initial speed is really good, but it kind of slows up in the kind of middle helix. It does pick up a little bit after the drop though. Obviously splashdown is amazing as always, so that's pretty much all I got, because it is a water slide, so not really my specialty, but really fun ride.
Later.
Alright, so this is post our cycle in Wildwater Kingdom. So basically, I'm gonna go around the park, see, and go over what we did during the day. So we first started the day at Aqua Racer here. This is a typical mat racer slide. Really like the second hill here. You really get a floaty. That kind of floaty feeling going up that second hill. But I mean, in the runway, I did not get so far. I did get a lot of speed going down the main slide, but not so much in the runway. So Aqua Racer really solid, but nothing really special. Next up was the new for 2025 reimagined Lightning Falls. This was I don't remember going on the old Lightning Falls too much, since it's been a little bit. We didn't really go to Wildwater Kingdom last year, but this new model is pretty solid. I do prefer the B side over the A side just because of that, just because of those sun effects. I also detail that in my mini review when coming off the ride. What I do like about A side though is that it focuses more on those sharp turns, so you get more of those quick transitions. Of course, being a water ride, you do get splashed all the same. So really solid ride, but not the thing that I was hoping for. How could I forget Cascade here? Now, I did make a slight error in my final Lightning Falls update, which you should totally watch, by the way, right up there. These are double tubes, but not the wrap tubes that I suspected. But either way, that makes this really fun, just because of the sheer width of it. You really get freedom of movement in that case. But either way, that double down is one of the best airtime moments in this park, and I know it's rare to get airtime on a water slide, but trust me, it is there, and it is really powerful as well. Next up on the list was the Snake Pit complex, both the drop slides and the tube slides. I always love a good old drop slide, and really love that anticipation before you inevitably drop into the layout. I did red and orange, not yellow, because they were having a little issues with the floor for yellow. But either way, I kind of like orange better, just because of the left turn and also the final helix at the end. I think that's it right there. Can't really see right now since I'm in a little area that I can't really see the drop slides, but these body slides kind of hurt on your back a little bit, so that's why I only managed to get 2 rides on it. So onto the tube slides, really like the main drop right there. You really get a feeling of weightlessness going down that. Also love the double down as well, just because you get also that floaty feeling, but on tube, but not as intense as the big one. And then purple here, I believe it's called Constrictor. It has these weird helix elements that's all hollowed out, so all you hear is just pretty much echoes of yourself, and it's kind of intense. It definitely pulls some positive G's. Of course, the splashdown isn't all that, but it mainly focuses on those hollowed out helixes there. So really fun on Snake Pit here. Another change for this season with Schooners moving out from the front of the park. It is now here by Snake Pit, so I guess this will be the new location for Schooners. It does not appear to be quite open right now, but if you want some cocktails, beer, all that, you can find it next to the Snake Pit entrance. Immediately following Snake Blast, we decided to hit up Aqua Blast. We'd only had 2 in our group, so we didn't really get a really good ride on the raft slide, but because this is really known for like lifting you off the walls when you have the weight in there. Unfortunately, we did not have the weight necessary to do that, so didn't really have the greatest of rides, but really enjoy this family raft ride. We then finished things out here on Patriots Plunge. I really do believe this is one of the best complexes here, only because it's similar to Snake Pit with the big drop and then the double down slide, and also the kind of generic water slide. But this is no ordinary water slide. This is really focusing on those helix elements, and it really executes them really nicely, especially on the final helix there into the curved drop. That was kind of interesting. It also helped that I kind of went backwards on the slide, so that was odd. But either way, Really enjoy Patriots Plunge, especially with its new paint job. Well, newer paint job, since they repainted it last year. Back up to the front of the park here, I really like the color they went for trade winds here. The old color was kind of like a bleak beige color, and it kind of just looks off. But I really liking this off blue color. Let's head into the store, check out what they got. Right here in the interior, looks really nice. They do tend to sell bathing suits here, just in case you tend to forget coming to Wildwater Kingdom. They also have these cool Dorney Park hats in a sort of tie-dye color. And on the other side, they just have some basic hats with the main logo on it. Really cool. This is kind of cool. It's a bucket hat of basically all the coasters on it and the skyline. That is really cool, I would say. Alright, I really appreciate the updates they did to trade winds here. Really an improvement over the old store. And of course the other improvement this year was 21 and colder building. This is actually where Trade Winds was originally, and they re-renovated it to make it a cocktail bar. Let's hop in and check out what renovations they've made. Really like the colors in the building. I mean, it kind of does look a little bit on the blander side, but here is going to be your 21 and colder menu. It's mainly just alcoholic beverages, stuff like that. They also sell pretzels here, so we're going to get pretzel at Wildwater Kingdom. There you go. And in the back here is just a typical seating area along with your counters over here, but this is going to be your main indoor seating room. There's also some seats outside that you can sit down if this ever gets full during the hot summer months. I'm sure this will be a nice place to cool down in the air condition. Here's some of that outdoor seating I mentioned. There's also some lined up seats along the front of the building, but that is pretty much the two renovated buildings they have made over the off-season. That was pretty much our day here at Wildwater Kingdom. Really nice visit for the first time of the year. There wasn't really many crowds out, especially since it was like mid-70s. I feel like that is the perfect time for a water park. Of course, it is kind of a little raining out, so when we're heading over to the dry park, we might get a little rained on. I won't be vlogging the dry park just because I wanted to focus on getting the Wildwater Kingdom updates and our day here, of course, as well. So we're gonna. We also did a few the three water attractions in the park earlier. So I'm gonna highlight that right now before the outro. Our first water ride of the year was here on the Thunder Canyon. This isn't really a rapids ride, more of a waterfall ride, because you really get more wet on the waterfalls more than the rapids. I don't think I got any kind of wet from any of the rapids here, which is kind of weird for a rapids ride, quote unquote. But you know, still really, you will absolutely get wet on this ride just because of those waterfalls alone. So really happy that we could snag a ride on this before the season progresses further. Next ride was here on Whitewater Landing. I would highly recommend, if you have one of these at your local parks, to go ride it immediately. With the one being removed at Cedar Point, I'm not sure about the service life of Whitewater Landing here at Dorney Park, so really cannot recommend these rides enough. But ride-wise, it is really fun. On the drop though, it is kind of weird. Let's watch it go first. Nice big splash, but yeah. On the drop, it's kind of weird. You kind of curve out first, but then you straighten out, and that kind of snap is a little weird on the boat. So overall, kind of weird, but really enjoy the splash. You really get wet, as you can see by all those wet riders over there. So once again, make sure you go out and ride these. You never know when they might be gone. And we finally got on the Thunder Creek Mountain. After all these years, finally made it back. This is one of the weirder log flumes. It's kind of like a truss log flume, where it's basically just concrete instead of the usual log flume troughs. It usually also goes up a mountain, which is also one of the unique parts about this log flume. So it really uses that terrain to its advantage. Unfortunately, the log part in the middle, it kind of decreases the pacing, but this drop is also pretty good as well, just because of the sheer size of it. So really good log flume overall, and that's pretty much all the water rides that we have done today. Very happy we could get on those 3 attractions, especially since Thunder Canyon was closed initially in the beginning of the season, and were not able to get on it last season. So very happy we could snag a ride on that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course, subscribe for more theme park content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.